church. Today's lesson is Tithes and Offerings. We're coming from Hebrews 13, verse 16, 1 Timothy chapter 6, 17 through 19, and Luke 16, 10 through 13, Luke 12, 16 through 21, Matthew 6, 1 and 9, and we're going to go like this. First, I want to give honors to God, and hopefully somebody get a blessing after reading of this word and the lesson that I give today. This is the last lesson for 2014, and this lesson today is pretty decent though. I think so myself. So let's go. First, we'd like to say like this. Hebrews 13 and 16 states, "Don't forget to do good and share, and don't forget to do good and to share what you have with these in need, for such sacrifices are very pleasing to God." First Timothy, "Tell those who are rich in the world not to be proud and to trust in money, which will be gone soon. But they should put their trust in the Lord, in the living God, whose reality give us all we need for our enjoyment." God wants us to give his time and to give whatever resources we have, to benefit the next man. Now, I was stating in there that, 5% and 10%, and everybody was like, probably trying to figure out what that means. Okay. It doesn't state that God says 5% or 10%. I said that because most people thinking that if you give 5%, 10%, they can do that. And what does 5% stand for? The 5% stands for his time. Now, he really wants more than 5% of his time, but he feels like this though. If you give at least 5%, then you're going to start giving more, And so it's not like that he's thinking that, well, you got to give me 5% of your time. No. It's just an increment that he asked for. He really wants more than 5%. He wants as much time as you decide you want to give to him. That's really what he wants. The 10% stands for monies. Now, people trying to figure out why they ask for 10% of monies whenever they go to church and everything. The monies is not made, excuse me, the monies is not for God. It's for God's people. He asks you to give 10% of your monies because it's like this. If it's your community, your surroundings, your congregation, your neighborhood, you want to take care of your neighborhood. You want to put in the neighborhood so the neighborhood can be beneficial. Now, say you had $100 and you gave $10 every time you went to church. That $10 is benefiting somebody that's less fortunate to you. It's putting money inside the church house, which is like also their neighborhood, congregation, community, and that community is benefiting too because you bless them. Now, let me tell you, when you give God a blessing or an offering, you know that offering and blessing comes back in 3 times the fold. Why? Because God is proud of what you did. Now, if you go to Luke 16 and 10 or Luke 12 and 16, it's stating that, God wants you to be sacrificial. Meaning, if you're a rich man, the only way you're going to get in heaven is if you give God what you have. See, God don't want your monies. God don't want all that. No. God just wants your soul. He wants your time. He wants you. You know what I mean? But now, if you want to live on this planet, you can't hold on to worldly possessions. Because holding on to worldly possessions is not going to get you nowhere. God said, I'd rather you not have no money and come to me, and I will give you everything you need didn't have money in your pocket, what you need? You know what I'm saying? What would you ask God for? You got everything. You don't need anything. You should be trying to give God what you got. Like the man in the Bible that God, Jesus was talking about. He said that a man came to him with all the riches and golds in the world and told him, "Hey, I know all your commandments. I know every one of them by heart. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. But how is it I can get in the kingdom of heaven?" He said, "Get rid of all your worldly possessions, and then you'll have a chance to be with me and my Father in heaven." I can't do that. I can't give up all my possessions. It's kind of hard. And he says, it's hard for a rich man to make it in heaven. But it's easy to put a piece of thread through a needle eye of a needle. Now you know how hard it is to put a piece of thread through a needle, right? That's pretty hard. But God says more easier than getting in heaven if you got abundant amount of riches and golds or whatever you have that you cherishing. God don't want you cherishing anything that's worldly, because that's gonna get you caught up in hell. You can't serve two gods. You can't serve money and Him. Either it's Him or the money. So if God is blessing you every chance you got with some kind of resources, and you know you can do something with the resources, even if it's $1, put it in the church house. It's not you. It's not you benefiting God. I mean the church. You giving God family what God wants you to do. You blessing someone else that need to be blessed. If God blessed you, you bless someone else. That's all it's simply to it though. Give God some time. 5% is a small increment of time. But if you think about it, 5% is a lot of time, because no one give God 5% of your time. Y'all so busy you don't even know what 5% of the time is. Stop. Pray. 5%. Stop. Help another person out. 5%. Stop. Talk to somebody else that needs to know who Jesus is. 5%. Stop. Give your testimony. 5%. Give some money to a charity or something though. Charity is a wonderful person, you know. I mean, it's like this. You bless somebody with your heart, not because you feel like I'm doing a good thing and I want to show the world what I can do. No, 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 no. You doing it out the kindness of your heart. Not just one time of the year for when the Christmas holidays come. No, every day of the year. You ain't always got to put money in people's pockets though. You know, if you can do something for someone, do it. That's giving God 10%. You see what I'm saying? It's not always about money. It's about what you feel that God will be pleased with. This is tithes and offerings. Give 5% of your time to God daily. Give 10% of your resources daily. Not just money, resources. Anything you can do to benefit somebody else. Clothes, food, whatever. 10% of your resources. That's what that stands for. Today's lesson came from Hebrew 13:16, 1 Timothy 6:17 through 19, Luke 16:10 and 13, Luke 12:16 and 21, Matthew 6:1 through 9. Please read these verses, because they will be helping you out. I hope you got a benefit of the word. Happy New Year, everyone. This is the last lesson for the season. This is lesson 18. Next year, we'll start off with lesson 19. And I'm going to be doing 2 lessons a week starting in January. So, be prepared to hear some more good stuff from the God. God bless y'all. Be good, cats and kittens.